We can use Foxit's software accessibility wizard to make any document accessible. We start by going to our File tab, then clicking on Action Wizard, then on Run Action. Here we can click on Make Accessible. After that, the accessibility panel will pop up. Here you can choose the files you want to make accessible. You can select multiple files with varying file types, including PDFs, Word documents, and images. Once you've chosen your files, click Start. As you can see, this file is made up of 2 pages, an informational flyer with text and images, and an intake form with form fields. First, you'll have to give the document a title. Only the title field is required. The other categories can be left blank if not applicable. Next, the document will be OCR'd, meaning the characters in the image will be translated to text objects. First, you must select the language of the text. Then, whether or not to make the text editable if you want to make changes, or just searchable. Searchable only text will create a smaller file size when converted. Next, the wizard will ask if your document contains form fields. If there are, the tool will use form field recognition to automatically add fillable form fields to empty lines and spaces in the document. It will also add names to fields, which is required for document accessibility. Form field names are read by the screen reader to prompt the user in how to fill in the field. Using the text field tool under the Form tab, we can edit the field names, as well as the tooltip, which can also be read by the screen readers. By default, the recognition tool determines the field name based on the text around the field. Next, you must set the reading language so the screen readers can read the text properly. After that, the wizard will search the document for all figures, which include images, shapes, and other objects, to add alternate text to. Alternate text is text that describes the details of an image for a screen reader. Decorative objects do not require alternate text and can be skipped by checking the box. After that, you'll be prompted to configure the accessibility checker. Here you can specify exactly which accessibility features you are creating the document for. You can also choose to add an accessibility report attached to the end of the document. As you can see, the accessibility report panel breaks down the document's accessibility, including any issues that may still require tending to. Certain accessibility requirements need manual checking to ensure accuracy. This includes verifying that the reading order for the document is correct. This can be done by going to our Accessibility tab and clicking on the Reading Order button. The elements within the documents are marked with the numbers that describe the order the screen reader will read the elements in. Fixes in the reading order can easily be made in the Order panel. Click Show Order panel in the pop-up window. If the element is found to be out of order, like these ones here, we can simply drag and drop the element into the correct location. Once you have verified that the reading order is correct, you can close the window and head back to the Accessibility Check tab. We can right-click on the reading order item and mark it as passed. Here we can see another item requires manual checking before passing. This check is for proper color contrast between text elements and backgrounds. If you need an explanation for any of the checklist items, right-click on the item and click Explain. This will bring you to a Foxit support page with an explanation for each checklist item and how to fulfill their requirements. Here we can see that the color contrast of the text and background can be set in Preferences. So if we go to File and down to Preferences, we can open our Accessibility Preferences window. Here we can find a list of acceptable text and background colors that give enough contrast for accessibility. You can set this contrast to be applied to all documents you open, or you can manually ensure the proper contrast by using the text editor. For this document, only a couple of the captions need to be changed. Once done, mark the color contrast item has been passed. Walk through the checklist for any missed issues or warnings. Some requirements may have a warning next to them. If they do not apply to your particular document, then right-click on them and click Skip Rule. Our document has now been made accessible. To see how a screen reader will work on the document, we can use Foxit Editor's built-in screen reader.
Cool nights. California's wonderful year-round weather is as good for our wine as it is for our visitors.